I'm just taking a little tentative look at this place. Just wondering if I can get a follow-up about it. Although, was that note referring to this place? To avoid the entrance in the tower, traveling through my shop would attract the attention. Dyrford may be sympathetic to our goals, but they wouldn't approve of a temple yet. Key to the entrance by the river, east of town. Careful on the road, reports of... no. It's just vague enough. So when they talk about the key... how Dyrford doesn't want a temple, and there's a key to the entrance by the river, east of town. That's probably Dyrford Crossing, where I just was. But there's also, like, traffic through my shop, avoid the entrance in the tower. Well... I think they're saying that there's a way into that place here. So I think the door right in this room leads to the other end of that dungeon, essentially. And yeah, Dyrford may be sympathetic to our goals, but they wouldn't approve of a temple. So I think there's a temple for their group down there, for that one guy that we saw dead at the ogre cave, who must have missed the... he just kind of walked right past the temple entrance with the skull key and everything. I wonder if I can find any context for it, though, or if it's just, that's my only note, and then it's just go in there if you want. What can you tell me about Alice Herond? He shrugs. Only that her father's men have been banging down doors and stirring up trouble looking for her. I never met her myself. I have a letter about a secret temple. It's stained with dye, and it's signed T. Know anything about it? I was wondering what happened to my colleague. Thanks for finding that. You saved me a lot of trouble. He raises his axe. Dude, there's 7 of us if you count the fox. You're not even gonna try to figure out if I might happen to be, like... fuck it. What if I'm like cool with your plight or whatever? You even consider that idea? Oh well. You're all gonna die now. You're all going to die now. Yeah, he's not gonna last. Ah! He's a sorcerer of some kind, and now he's a dead boy. Get off my archer. Alright. Well, sorry you both had to die. A lot of people just attack me on sight. What if I'm evil? What if I'm a bad boy that's on their side? Or whatever, not even necessarily evil, but like, what if I could be convinced to not do that? I find it's the people that I'm least likely to agree with that often try to ask me to side with them, and it's the people that I don't at all agree with, that is the people that I don't even know whether or not I'd agree with, that most likely... oh! Courier's key. But the key to this unlocks the courier's key. Ah, they hid the key in the die. Interesting. Anyone back here? In the creepy place? The thick hide, stretched thin upon the rack, looks like it came from a stelgare. Blip. The curing and waterproofing agent slathered over give it a heavy odor. Oh no, that's the same type of creature that you turn into. The final journal of Jonas. My son. Tomorrow I become the effigy. Tomorrow I become Skane's embodiment of Aurora. Tomorrow my master chokes on his own whip. For months, we met by some secret conclave to plot our landlord's demise, all while working the fields if our hearts were content. Skane teaches us to plot with the mind while keeping one's face impassive. Inscrutable. Fair fights are for those with armies. The quiet slave is our whetstone, our focus. Damn it. In our... oh, shit. In his warship, our cause finds focus, clarity, and possibility. Tomorrow my master chokes on his own whip. By the time you read this, I will be dead. I pray Skane does not abandon me for speaking of my plotting, but a son deserves to know how his father died. For I volunteered to be the effigy. Skane will inhabit my body, using this old farmer's simple flesh as a puppet of godly rage. I have been shaved and anointed. Tomorrow morning I will be your father in name only, as my manhood will be removed, my nose and ears removed, Jesus, and my useless mortal eyes will be replaced with flint stones through which Skane might see the world. Distressing. My son, I am sorry for the lies I have told you these past few seasons, but Skane demands secrecy. Even your mother knows nothing of my furtive service to the quiet slave. Curse my name if you must, but never weep for me, for I die for the betterment of our community, to smite our lord's corruption from the face of Aora. Tomorrow my master chokes on his whip, for tomorrow I become the effigy. Distressing. Highly distressing. Don't do that. Ah, alright, well they've full-on converted into cult territory with that stuff.
I'm on the trail.
Extensive bodily mutilation and sacrifice and distressing Alright, so we're gonna find probably an entire dungeon full of fanatics. Well, I got a bit more context like I was hoping for when I avoided the other door. This is like the secret passage. I'm actually not sure which one's the secret passage. I mean, this one just is run by a dude with a key, but the other one is like a full-on crazy Blood Legacy addendum. Uh-oh. Lord Heron has not seen a Lady Alice in days now, and it seems the villagers of Dyrford have not been much help. Still, I may be able to learn something useful by asking around. While exploring a cave just east of Bale River, I found a corpse carrying a note and a skull-handled key. A note mentioned a secret temple and some sort of entrance near the river, another in the tower behind the shop. The note was stained with splotches of some kind of pigment and signed T. Triggle attacked me when he realized I'd learned too much. Of course, I still don't know what he was hiding. I found a ruin of some kind underneath Dyrford. It's not clear what it used to be, but symbols of Skane have been painted on the walls and carved in the tunnels. Well, spoilers. So I guess she was captured by them. I have literally no connection to indicate that, except the fact that the quest log is like, yo, the Blood Legacy quest, you know, the missing woman? I'm gonna add these details about the cave and dungeon to that. I'm like, oh, you just gave, yeah. Like, this is what I was expecting to find, that they're connected. Well, I guess there's no point in looking around upstairs to find more evidence about what happened to her, because I guess she's here. I don't know, maybe I'll be surprised by something, but generally speaking, I would say that if you want to have it not be given away in such an awkward, spoilery way where the quest log just tells me the answer without me actually discovering it in any way, you would have two quests. One is the Skane quest, and one is the quest about the missing woman, and then they both turn out to have the same resolution. And like, oh, these two quests are the same one. Then it becomes like a revelation when you realize these two parallel pieces of information you're investigating end up leading to the same place. But just having the cultist stuff automatically get added to the quest log of the missing girl just gives away that that's why she's missing, when I never actually found any evidence to that, to point to that. And that's just kind of unfortunate. Maybe it'll still be a red herring somehow, which would be surprising. That'd be an extra turnabout subversion surprise thing, but I don't really think that's, I don't think that's what's gonna be what's happening. We'll see. We shall see. This stained and rumpled bedroll appears to have been used recently. This fight started too fast. I didn't have a chance to reload my shit again. I gotta remind myself really quick. Okay, yeah, your class is turned off. I need to use her abilities manually. Just reminding myself whether or not I changed that already, or if I was just thinking about it. Loot it! God damn it. This is an annoying issue where it's like, it's glowing. I highlight them and they glow. So it's like, you would think I'm clicking on the wood beetle, Click. Click.
Would that your eyes did not see
Even
it so
you
clearly.
have to walk away. It's just kind of annoying. Especially since usually what happens is I was trying to loot the body in the first place, then my character ran to the body, and then somehow I ended up not looting them, and now I'm stuck clicking on them, and I have to make them walk back off to loot it again. It's not a massive problem. I'm just confused by why, like, it highlights the body when you highlight it with your mouse, but then that's not what the mouse will click on when you click. Usually whatever highlights is what your mouse is about to click on. That's like gaming syntax. That's how games communicate mechanics to you usually. A crude symbol has been painted on this canvas in streaks of something that looks like blood. Everyone stealth. I would like to open this box first.
What you ask is done.
Neat. That's a big one. Die. Stone beetles in the water. Okay. Puppet Master, Secret Horrors. The frightening and sickening one, and then Soul Ignition is fun. Let's control the secondary beetle because there's two of them right now. Oh, there's three of them. There's a lot of them to deal with. Damn. Oh wow, she has to do her entire like. Whoa. Did you just shoot the stone beetle? Interesting. She could fire on the beetle before it even changed teams. 1 miss, 1 grace, 4 hit, 25.3 damage with her attack. Yeah, it's interesting. Using a blunderbuss.
Not even slowing it down.
Fewer cultists, more everything else so far. Can I go up here? Oh, you can go up here. Yep, that's a secret wall. There's a way to get in there. Somehow. But we can't find it. Might not be accessible on this side at all. Probably a secret button somewhere. So is Elise a sacrifice? Has she been captured? Has she been turned into a nightmare effigy? Or is she just damseled? Oh, yep. Even the game just straight up calls them fanatics. Okay. Whoa, 71 focus. God damn, I can cast 2 of these. Anyway, let's make him not let's make him on our team. There we go. And also attack him. Because he's the only guy left at this point. Yay, he's dying from all these things. There he goes. Gah. I can't quite make out what their headdresses look like, but from here they look like clown masks almost. Not quite. They have the cadence of that, the 2 side wings of hair, of red hair, but it's more like a weird... I can't make it out, it's weird. Oh, there's my chance, almost. Yeah, it's just like a draped cloth that's going off of a horizontal beam that's on top of their head. Hard to make out specifics of it, but yeah. Yeah. Money, 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 money. Cultist robes. That is what we dressed you up in, right? Yeah. That's their whole thing. What do you look like with the headdress on? Oh my god. That is quite the visual. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to go that far. Oh.
Yet I bleed.
How you doing there, grieving
Your
mother?
thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Just got decked in the face. Unfortunate. Wrenched shoulder. -2 might. -25% attack speed. Oh. I mean, that's not helpful. That's for sure. That's a big hit. I'm not quite ready to rest yet, though. So her slow attack speed's only going to be even slower now. I would like the party to sustain a bit more damage overall before I rest. A crude symbol has been painted on this canvas in streaks of something that looks like blood. Okay. I need y'all to reach your correct formation. There we go. Now hit him. Wow. Sometimes the battle's won the moment Adair just knocks them on their ass. Or the battle's won by numbers, I suppose, at that point. Do I already have that exact book? Skaenite Scripture. Burn. Feel thy hatred twist within thee. Feed thyself on its bile. Sustain thyself on its anger. This hatred, this bile, this anger, these shall be the tools for thy rebellion. Let thine heart seethe. There is no satisfaction in open confrontation. Hide thine hatred. Let it grow, that it may fester. Make thy plots in secret. The quiet slave stays in the shadows. His face seeks not the light. In darkness doth he woke. In darkness doth he move. Rebel against those that seek to control thee. Rebel against those that wish to remove thee. They're definitely uh-oh. How you feeling? Did it miss you? It doesn't. I don't see anything in the quest log and the text log about the trap. I think she might just be fine. Plus 10% spell damage. Ooh. Ooh. Neat. And a pearl and a grappling hook. She doesn't really have spell Some of the things she does are technically spells that do damage. I guess. A lot of them aren't. I guess you're the spell damager of this party when I choose to use them, at least. Yeah. Because my most common uses of her are like domination and stuff like that. I could use more spells. I don't know. I guess they're both valid. You don't use any spells. You don't use any spells. You technically use spells. You also use attack spells sometimes, though a lot of them are defensive or healing and status effects, but I have that one, like, ray that I like to use that affects everybody. What? The Final Journal of Jonas. It's a duplicate. Okay. I thought it somehow ended up in her inventory instead of the stash, but there's actually 2 copies of the Journal of Jonas. Huh. Okay then. Okay then. I guess it's not that much of a secret. This betrayal of the information you're not supposed to speak out about with your plotting, because he made copies. Hi everybody. Oh no, Adair got kind of stuck in the back. Oh no, they're killing the shit out of that guy. Oh, did we also get them? Itumaka's immediately out. That's not a great start. I can turn this around. There we go. Ow, by the way. Ow. Okay. I'm gonna have to ask you guys to chill. This is starting to hurt. There we go. Just a little change of our focus during this fight would be nice. Oh, hi. Additional attention. What? How did you take this much damage? Bonded grief. -10 accuracy, -2 resolve. Is that something that happens every time she dies? It doesn't explain it here. I would guess that bonded grief happens whenever Utumak gets downed, so it's the incentive not to let that happen. Okay, everybody. Don't forget that he's going to turn on us in a second here. Oop. There you go. Ooh. One of them patrolled in while we were busy, but we're good. These are all familiar items. Ooh, look at you. Deer in Dialects. That's definitely a familiar book. I've either read it already or somebody's holding it right now. Not so bad so far. Not sure where this goes. Skulls have been lashed to this wooden effigy. Whenever there's a lot of skulls lying around, I always kind of wonder, like, where'd they find that many skulls? A lot of people to go missing. A lot of games just like to have a large number of skulls, and I just like to think, like, where the fuck? Where the fuck did those come from? Oh, mind breakers. Okay. Let's try to take one of them over if I can, because I don't really want to see what happens when they start getting me. I'm gonna start trying to cast whatever I can to help out right now. Might be a good time for one of these only anti-enemy spells. You're currently attacking a foe with at least one defense, deflection, fortitude, reflex, or will that is much higher than the accuracy of the character attacking it. While defense is significantly above accuracy, it can be extremely difficult to score a hit and impossible to score a crit. Try to raise the attacker's accuracy, or use a spell or ability that targets different defense. Is it the attempted takeover? Did I waste it? Let's see. Ooh. These guys have 92. Let's review the element of the swarm. There we go. Versus fortitude. Okay. So these two are reasonably susceptible, but this guy has 92 fortitude, so he's not going to get taken out that way. So that's not going to happen. These guys don't have massive mental defenses, so I might be able to get them with the mind control ability. That might still work. Why are you yellow? You're frightened and confused. Oh. So yellow's the neutral color because every turn Utumak's going to choose a different team to attack, essentially. Or do nothing. And that's already happened. God damn, I have 69 right now. I'm not great at getting a feel for why her focus goes up differently every fight. Sometimes she has like almost nothing from an attack, and then sometimes I guess it's just the effectiveness of the attack, right? Like it's just that RNG. But like she can have just a tiny trickle of extra focus sometimes, and then other times she just has a mountain of it, and I'm like, I didn't even know your number could get that high. Like I did not know that she could reach 69 focus in the first place. That's a surprise to me. Okay, let's just start. Oh, you're fighting this guy right here. I mixed up which one was you. Knock that guy on his ass. We just generally want more of them on their asses. Gets more stuff done. Did we get him? We did get him. We actually took over their mind, but then she got stunned. So she's not going to be doing anything for a bit. Okay. Not the worst time to Hulk out. A lot of attack coming on at you right now. Oh god. All that time to cast a heal, and then that's all it gets. Okay. Damn. They're focused on him. Adair, come on. We need less attack happening right now on him. Ended my mind stat. They're not great at. Oops. There we go. We want to generally pull back their effectiveness if we can. Did you go over and attack? You did go over and attack him. Did you RNG into attacking that ally, but he's mind controlled, so it's actually not a bad thing that you attacked him? Because that's kind of funny. Guess you're back on our team now, right? You're still confused? Oh, you're paralyzed. We're just trading off status effects left and right in this fight. Am I crazy, or was that button not there a second ago? Cat Flurry Attack. Because I wanted to click on it a moment ago, but all I saw was Second Wind. Thought it disappeared. We need some regen. I'd like to not have you go down, and he's gonna go down. Okay. We currently have a confused fanatic. He might do anything. But I imagine he'll still manage to end up killing my character. Second Wind is not even... Is it just straight up not usable? Because he probably doesn't have any athletics. It does seem to show up on every single character no matter what, even if they don't have it, which is slightly strange. There we go. Alright, well, that guy's about to ignite into a fight. Let's just send Hiravis away. He doesn't need to be part of it. Oh, they're dead. Okay. Like, whatever happens when that guy changes teams again, I just don't need to deal with the fallout afterwards. Let's get the druid out of here. Definitely generic money loot. And drugs! They love them drugs, those cultists. Why? That was risky. I stood with everybody right there when I looted that, and I probably should not done that. How did you get that? I thought I sent it to him. What? I can't stop misusing the loot screen, apparently. I don't know how I messed it up so often. It's like sleight of hand, where I never see when it happens. All I see is that the wrong thing happened, and I don't know how. Yeah, I think we're running a damage bonus against humans. Oh. Beast, Primordial, Spirit, Vessel, Wilder. There's no Kith option. I guess damage reduction it is then. Can't have a bonus against these people that are trying to murder me. I guess I didn't notice it wasn't an option because it totally was an option for enchantment. The path ends in a precipice. The remains of a ruined bridge lie on the other side of the chasm. The darkness below continues as far as you can see. Broken stone pillars, remnants of the missing bridge, rise from the abyss. Across the gap, you see a long stone bridge. Wooden beams protrude from the stones on either side of the chasm. Despite their age, they look sturdy enough to hold a grappling hook and rope. The path ends in a precipice. The remains of a ruined bridge lie on the other side of the chasm. Grappling hook? You aim for the beams on the opposite end of the chasm and hurl your grappling hook across the gap. It snags on one of the beams, digging into the wood as you pull. With a couple of firm tugs, you determine that the connection is secure. You tie the free end of the rope to one of the beams next to you. Well, now I have a way across. Not 100% sure how much I want that way across.
Yeah.
That might have only been if you enter from that side, you can come in through there, but you need a grappling hook to enter this part of the cultist area. I think that's leaving the cultist area. So it may have been a complete waste of resources to do that just now. But, I don't know. How many grappling hooks do I have? I'm not 100% sure which category it's in. Maybe here. Oh, I got 4 more. It's fine. I've been collecting. A hammer and chisels, grappling hooks, shovels, anything along those lines. I don't think there are any shovels yet, but hammer and chisel, stuff like that. All good finds. Nope, there they are. Oh, there is no lack of cultists around here. Okay. Does being a devout cultist make you more or less likely to be susceptible to mind control? I'm not sure. On one hand, there's like, oh, look, you were manipulated by this group into doing this stuff already, so that didn't work out great for you. But then on the other hand, you have like, the devotion to my strong will of my purpose is so good that like I'll never fall for you. So it's hard to say. That is a hell of a winding animation she has to do, by the way. Full-on two-handed animation of reloading the bolt. Some work right there. Let's get you out of the way so she can actually get line of sight. There we go. And then she's well and truly doomed.
Fine.
Up to 10 grand again. That's just a door we already saw. Oh, there's a trap on it. Thanks. Oh, what did it do? What did it do? I can't tell. Because it seems to not have done damage. Petrified. Ooh. Ooh. That's a lot of effects. Minus 40 deflection, double damage taken, minus 40 reflex, paralyzed, minus 100 dexterity for 2 seconds. That's how long is left. Okay. I guess that's the... Oh, he's petrified. Knock him over. He's a shitty statue. He has no ability to defend himself and he's totally screwed. But in our case, we went the way around, and so we didn't actually encounter it. That would have been bad, opening that door and having it trigger a trap, and then us starting a fight with that effect on our character. That would not be good. Thankfully, it's definitely not what happened. Hey, Ed there. This is easier. You knock them on their ass. Oh, okay. Unsuccessful. We're good, though. They don't have time to do much when they're outnumbered that strongly. The final journal of Jonas. Okay, at this point, this isn't like the heartfelt note left in secret to one person to explain what's going to happen. Like, that's just not what this is anymore. This is propaganda. This is some, like, if it was ever a real note to begin with, it's something that the cultists have co-opted and spread and recopied and distributed everywhere to make it as clear of a message as possible so that everyone can be like, look at this example of devotion, this is what you should do. List of names. This creased sheet of paper contains a list of names. Some have been crossed off. Eat it. Leaves window open at night. Small house on the edge of Kindle Vale. Egerto. Visiting from Old Valia. Doesn't speak Adiran. Keeps to himself. Won't be missed. Tear-faced. Lives in small encampment on a road to log home. Takes solitary walks each morning at sunrise. Should be most vulnerable then. Belmis. His parents leave him alone after temple services each Goldenang. Goldendag. Sentineless. Visits a mistress in Balereach every third Folkstag. Get him on the road. Check Gilded Vale and Ondra's gift. May find more interested parties there. So it's a list of vulnerable people to kidnap. To then either indoctrinate or sacrifice or something. Boy, that doesn't look good. That's a torture. That's an Iron Maiden, and that's the thing that you split people with. The torture rack is splattered in blood and gouged by fingernails. Yeah. Just in case we weren't sure that these guys are nuts. And also sadists. Or cruel. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I really need to back off and only have her do it alone. Ow, by the way. Oh, it's still attacking, apparently. Oh god. Are they re-dying right now? Oh god damn it. No, I'm only clicking on these guys. Stop selecting Ed Air somehow. Okay. It became a continuous damage source. Holy shit.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
You know what? Just in case, somebody else open it. Gotta give them credit. They're stepping up their trap game. This is becoming worse over time. These are more dangerous than some of the previous examples. Yep, that's our progress through this cultist area is getting bedraggled. Gonna have to rest again because that was a bad one. Ooh, the Adra is speaking to me. Maybe I'll wake up with somebody talking to me. Nope. Thought that might be indicative that one of them's gonna have a chat with me. Unlock with old dungeon key. Is it a trap? I completely wasted that grappling hook. I could just come over here on my own anyway. Alright, well, you know. Yeah, I thought about not using the grappling hook, and I should have just explored more. Oh well, it's one grappling hook. I have a surplus. Hopefully that'll persist. Yes, pull him in. No escape. A fine blunderbuss.
Sure.
A fine blunderbuss it is. Okay, this bridge seems to be the path to the bloody bad place. Or it's just the path to where I left off. When I came from the other side. It's just very bloody, which seems like something important is going to happen in it. I'm thinking that's the real temple. So maybe I would have been right in the middle of the temple if I had gone straight in when I found the other path. Because that's a lot. There's just a lot of blood flowing from that door. And like, it's expensive to create a blood flow. Like they don't just casually do that. Like that's indicative of something. Please loot a body. I keep clicking on them. There we go. Oops, I only clicked on one of you. Get him.
Wait.
You seem alone. There we go. When you've got this many humans in a big old pile, you gotta figure out how to find the opening for them all to stab him at the same time. Isn't that joyous? Isn't this fun? Pagani, where are you? Whoa. I just realized I'm like, my number looks weird. I don't think this is the right number of people. I don't know when I lost track of her. Come here. Oh, that's me not clicking on her again. Ooh, camping supplies. Thank you. They were added to your supply count. Do a kill now, please. Kill them to death. Oh, it looked like we were politely waiting for him to get back up. What, did I have to tell you to attack him? Or is that just how long Eder's turns take? No, he was definitely just watching for a bit and not attacking. Nobody else can get through to him. Eder, this is a one-person wide hallway, apparently. They got more Svef. I heard that stuff's bad. Breaks up marriages. Skulls have been lashed to this wooden effigy. Oh, stop that. That one time I opened a chest, though, it totally missed, didn't it? I think it did. Like, it just flew right past the person that opened it, which is kind of impressive. We're looping back around. We'll see who's here. Oh, not Itamuk. Okay. Everybody out.
Feels near.
Danger. 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 Oh my god. Hey Itamuk, you want to trigger all the traps, please? Since I don't think you can take health damage. You're an ideal target. Stealth, please. Hopefully that's all of them? God damn. God damn. They have set up some traps. Have they all triggered yet? There's definitely more of them around here.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Why did you... you paused Itamuk's behavior. Oh well. Do a kill on him. Kill him to death. I just clicked on him. Get him. Oh, there was another trap, because of course there was. Thankfully there's no fighting, or I would have been... They could have capitalized on all of those traps that were damaging me. But now we're pretty healthy. Ooh, opals. I think I have correctly identified the main chamber. We're now looping back around to the other entrance. Oopsie. I have led to a situation where my tank's gonna have trouble accessing the fight. Alright. It's not great news. I'm guessing she can't reach him. Yep. Well, you're the healthiest among them, and this will break our little blockade we have here. I got stuck between the words break and blockade. Can I control you completely? Nope, that's still me controlling her. I want to control. Nah, I can't click on him to control him. All right, well you're using a gun, so there's no reason for you to be in this mess. You know what? He's really well positioned. Let's wait for one more chance. There we go. And he can just paralyze all of them. And he did. And he did. Alright, well now you can run a... No, you can't. Wow, there's a really narrow hitbox for movement, huh? Okay, so how about you, Ichima? Can you get around? You can. There we go. This enables us to get into some semblance of a formation where everyone can actually attack somebody at the same time. There we go. They're having so much trouble with the narrowness of the space. Oh, look at him vibrate. Where are you going, Temple Guard? I don't like how you're approaching my guys. Oh, he changed teams. That was when. Let's see. Let's leave. Yeah, Adair to that. So we need to deal something. We need to deal with the fact that this guy might turn around and attack my DPS. Or my ranged people, I should say. There we go. This is just a mountain of items. Thank goodness for no inventory limits. Or I'd be having to make trips. Potion of major recovery. -6 duration on active hostile effects for 30 seconds. -40 duration for active hostile effects for 30 seconds. Oh, hostile effects and active hostile effects are, I guess, different things. These potions are generally called upon to void the body of poisons and similar afflictions. Though variants have been developed, which do their work in a less messy fashion, the better concoctions work swiftly, further reducing the time needed for an affected individual to recover. Now, that's some fast-acting potion. That's just an instant diarrhea potion. Just right on the spot. Just void the body of all poisons. That tends to be how that works. Some combination of like sweating, vomiting, and diarrhea would be like how you void the body of all the bad things that you don't want to have in your body anymore. Okay, so we have 3 doors to choose from. We spotted an enemy. Oh. Oh. Right. That is a room we haven't been in yet. Whoops. Who's back here? Sagani Yaskira. Okay.
Your thoughts.
You guys really get stuck. There we go. For a bunch of cultists in a cave, they come across as being pretty well funded. I guess that's from all the victims, is what I would guess. So should I just have one of you open the door?
Hey.
Oh, it'll have to be one of us. Hmm. 3 lockpicks. Oh. I have a lot of lockpicks though.
Ask is done.
Hmm. What do we have in here? Is anyone even alive in here? It's not looking great. Oh, here we go. There's a chamber back here. No? No sign yet. What do we have in here? The man's arms are cut open from elbow to wrist. Ah. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Oh. Blood pool is talking to me. As you approach the blood pool, the viscous liquid churns and bubbles. You feel essence rising to the surface, reaching out to you, whispering. Somebody should clean that up. A place of death. We should not linger here. A bubbling cauldron of Skane's hateful seed. He may be sniveling and cowardly in his ways, but he has never lacked for focus. Sagani peers at the bubbling pool. This is the work of something foul. We should keep moving. Don't extend your soul to the blood pool. You draw back, the soul recedes, and blood settles. Calm down. I don't want to play with your blood pool. The corpse is bent forward as if watching her life's blood trickle away. 'Cause they were. Blood congeals under the corpse's slashed throat. The crude symbol has been painted on this canvas and streaks something that looks like blood. Yeah, I'm not like planning on becoming their effigy or something. That nightmare freaking net.
Right.
Well, this is distressing. Oh, goodness. You guys are heavy on traps.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Final Journal of Jonas, goddammit. Canaanite scripture. Definitely a lot of dupes. This cabinet is finely crafted from a deep, rich wood. However, many of its shelves are broken from years of rough use. That screams main chamber. The side's collapsed. There's a crypt in here. Oh. Get as close as we can before they detect us. Because the longer it takes for them to detect us, the more of us we can actually get into the room.
My mind feels satisfied.
Okay. Built for pathfinding, y'all are not.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Took care of it.
Yeah.
Ooh, garnets. I always have a special memory for garnet. Just because I got extra credit for it on a test. Because there was an unrecognizable garnet sample that was just a goddamn mess. It looked like a rusty lump of garbage, and not like a gemstone. But I identified it because it had a dodecahedral crystal shape, and I was the only person in the entire class. So they ended up curving the test as a result, and not counting it towards the final grade, which meant that I just got an extra point. Oh, he was already pathing into the next one. No. Ed. I'm so sorry. You would think I would learn.
Yeah.
But it's a bit like what I said during the Minecraft Let's Play. Or was it? I think it was a Q&A actually. Just talking about sometimes what makes for the smartest gameplay is not always what makes for the best videos. Because you're always kind of playing under a time pressure when you're recording a Let's Play of like, gotta keep moving, gotta keep moving, gotta keep moving. Even in a slow game like this, because being incredibly methodical and super genius smart about everything often takes way longer than just moving forward. Like, the kind of like careful scouting you could take. I could stealth carefully with a character that has all the best abilities for detecting everything, and boy would that make it a very slow process to watch and to play. You find yourself back in the space inside Grieving Mother's mind. It is familiar this time, and even though you feel you have seen countless births from this vantage point, something fills you with unease. The sky has darkened, and the mist has risen from the forest to hem you in. You are trapped. You hear something. The sound is strange, dissonant like warping metal. You grit your teeth against the noise, and yet, as it rises, the eerie melody drives the numbness from your limbs and clears a space in the mist. Focus on the chimes. The noise resolves into a dull tone. As it resounds through your bones, you see that your hands are in motion. And once again, you are drawing forth life. Something warm and fragile, struggling into the world. This scene feels familiar. A moment you have lived and dreamed 1,000 times before, and yet something ominous gnaws at the edges. We can focus on the woman's cries or the child, the movement in my hands. So there's a problem here. And it could be either one. We can either focus on the woman's cries, which might be an indication that something's going wrong with the birth and that she might be in danger of dying in childbirth. Or we can focus on the child, and because maybe it turns out that this child is born hollow-born and this is the beginning of that series of issues. Going by the narrative of what's been happening so far, the latter seems like it's most likely this case. As your hands move, you hear the sound of chimes, clear and sharp, yet somewhere distant. They seem echoed by something else. Wails of sorrow. Tolling bells? It's impossible to tell. Draw the child forth. An inexplicable sense of dread fills your soul as the child makes its journey to you, push by push. A malicious presence seems to surround you, and you lean forward to shield the child. At last, the baby emerges, wet and ready from its journey. A lifetime seems to have passed as the newborn moved from womb to world, and another seems to pass as you cradle the trembling child, waiting. The child cries out, its cry full of life, full of soul, the chime echoing in its thoughts, filling it with its welcome. The soul is blurred at the edges, as if you are viewing a soul from within a soul. But it is there. It is alive. The woman before you is weeping, and at her first cry, her hands reach out for it. Surrender the child. You surrender the child to her. Something you have done many times before, and as your hands move, the dull clangor sounds, and you feel a weight hanging from your wrist. You look down and see bones, tiny and malformed, hanging from a string about your wrist. They're heavier than they should be, and as they clank together, they make a noise like funeral bells. Why do I have bones hanging from my wrist? The mother is too intent upon her newborn to pay you any heed, and so you hide your wrist behind your back. She need never know, can't ever know. As you hide the bone chimes, you shiver in relief, with premonition, at the chill wind that suddenly sweeps the plateau. Did I just generate bone chimes in response to something? Or were they always there and they're just reacting to something as an omen? Wake up. Ring finger added. The quest expires in 2 days. Is that connected to what just happened? Probably not. %25 experience. Nidkin's finger. 1 day, 25 hours. Duration 3 turns. Assign. Go get it. You can do it, Kana. Otherwise we're still building? Yep. Finished in 7 hours. I kind of wish that this would show up on the top of the list. Like, whatever one I'm currently building shows up on top so I can tell at a glance. Oh, yeah. We're gonna have a talk about what just happened next episode. Or now.
Your mind comes bearing questions, Watcher.
I walked again in your memories. This time they felt strange. I would see them again. Your vision gives way to waves of feeling. While you feel the jagged marks of violence you passed before, this time the path is easier. There is no resistance, and you set about casually harnessing her memories, focusing on the one you seek. There's a slow rush, a warmth, and your thoughts enter as before, circling the memory you shared before you first met. You find yourself back in the space inside grieving mother's mind. Familiar this time. I think that was the same as before, right? It's familiar this time, even though you feel you have seen countless bursts from this vantage point, something fills you with unease. The sky has darkened, and the mist has risen from the forest to hem you in. You are trapped. You hear something. The sound is strange, dissonant, like warping metal. You grit your teeth against the noise, and yet as it rises, the eerie melody drives the numbness from your limbs and clears a space in the mist. The noise resolves to a dull tone, and it resounds through your bones. You see that your hands are in motion. Yeah, so let's go to the woman's cries. The woman should be in pain. The natural pain of childbirth. You know this, but it is faint, distant, and you realize that you're soothing the pain with your mind, soothing out the eddies of pain and relaxing her thoughts just enough that she can still push from within, push the child forth. You are taking the pain onto yourself, but the pain has layers. One is pressure, a familiar welcoming pain, and the other is... It is sharp. A razor at your consciousness, more recent than this memory. And as you try to recall how you've reached this place, you feel the same hollowness inside yourself, a pit filled with the clawing winds of the bivouac. The very thoughts fill you with disquiet, like the memory of a nightmare. Slowly pull back, retreat from the memory. Yeah, it's the same as before. I walked in your dreams, thoughts, and I believe your memories. Yeah, she's frightened, but curiosity anchors her. This is all familiar.
What did you see in my memories? I would hear.
And I can't talk to her about it. Oh, what's that you're wearing on your wrist? She extends her hands, and the small chimes on her wrist sound at the motion, just as they sounded in her memories. The chimes are finely crafted, of white Adra. They are wrapped around the grieving mother's wrists with tiny woven braids of hair of different colors, from white to black, brown to blonde. You feel as if you're noticing them for the first time. Is it the hair of the mothers that birthed the babies? Is that how they're bound? If the birthing chimes were given to newborns, why do you wear it set now?
There was no child to carry it.
And suddenly there's a rasping cry across your consciousness, and you see her flinch, visibly, as if struck. She raises her hands, and you see the chimes draped from them, yet they make no sound as she moves. In your memory, they look like bones.
And carry the weight of 100 deaths. I know, Watcher.
This is about the Hollowborn, isn't it?
The Hollowborn.
The same chill you felt before is stronger now, as if it's welling up around your feet, to your ankles. You feel a sudden urge to draw away, as if from an unpleasant memory.
The Hollowborn have a future. They can be saved, and the tells spoke of such.
How would you know? Have you seen this future?
They can be saved. They must be saved. You have seen the beauty in childbirth. What good came into the world there on the plateau. You helped me recall it. It is a memory we shared. It is the truth.
In the memory, you hid the chimes on your wrist from the mother. Why? It is not what I hid, but what she saw. She couldn't know. The grieving mother squeezes her eyes shut and brings her hands to her ears. You have woven truth for countless mothers. How can I trust what you tell me? Truth is shaped by belief, by choice. It is coaxed from chaos like a child from the womb. No more equivocation. What really happened at the birthing bell?
And what would you consider real, Watcher? The truth that was experienced and remembered? Or the one that burned out only to be swept under the rug and forgotten like ash from a fireplace?
What happened mattered. Forgetting it doesn't make it less real.
And how much of your own life has been lost to the error of memory? How many loves and betrayals were colored with the false hues of emotion? A pity to wonder how much of your own life happened the way you recall.
And she does not want to continue that discussion. We should get going again. I pressed her and she became evasive. I know there's more of the story, but I may have to spend more time with her in order to break through the lies she's woven around us both.